Well, me fambulem, good evening and good day to everybody at home and abroad, to every Sierra Leonean at home and abroad. Today, na the 22nd of June 2023. This na Team Up for Salon, a program where TBS online radio they run. And today I get two important people in now we program today. We get the publicity secretary of the All People's Congress. We get the former chairman of the PMDC, Mr. Raymond Bamidele Thompson. Well, we got few questions for them two personalities, and yeah, wherefore able build up we program today because we are fastly approaching the general election, just a day more, but one for a read from them, waiting and waiting then get for the public. Because then see two individuals there now important people in our politics na salon. You know go talk about salon politics, you know make mention of them two people there. So now that make today we get two of them. Well, me fumble them. Me na Mr. Tubakumexka. This na a program where we they run time to time and we get a morning show where we they do every day. The good governance program na Team Up for Salon. And at day today, we able to get them two important people there. Yeah. Well, me fumble them. You will hear from them two people there. If you want to be part of the program, call we +232 76 173186. +232 76 173186. You want to be part of the program? You are welcome. So me fumble them. This now Mr. Tubaku Mexica on TBS online radio program. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Hello?
Yes, good evening, sir. And tonight, this evening, we try to get you on We Good Governance program, Team Up for Salon. And you being somebody very important in the politics of Sierra Leone, because you know go talk about salon politics, you know make mention of you. So I go and make the general public know who that we dey talk to, please.
This na Sidi, Tunis, National Publicity Secretary, APC, All People's Congress, Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much. You dey talk to Mr. Tubaku Mexica, when are the CEO for TBS online radio program, and we dey broadcast online, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, and we program the targets more especially politicians, economists, business people them, and cut across. But at this present moment as we speak, Salon, they go through the election when the general election, just a day to the general election. And we don't see a lot of challenges on both sides in the political landscape of Sierra Leone. So we not go talk to one, we left the other one. We don't talk to other members of other political parties them, and we say APC now the main opposition party, you know, now a force for reckon with. So
Yes.
we not go do an interview with any other political party and left out the APC. So now that make we fight very hard for make sure say we get the side of the APC of the present status of we politics and the general election as we go by. So please, you can give me a quick overview about the political challenges or the successes or waiting at the opportunities ahead for Sierra Leoneans.
Thank you very much. We in the APC, we be done prepare ourselves for the elections. We be done the gear up. We don't campaign so much on messages of hope and restoration of democracy, the rule of law, good governance, and also for cater to the needs of the people, ensure say we rebuild the economy back, create opportunities for people, young people, women, persons with disabilities, and other disadvantaged groups, for ensure say we create jobs and also invest in education, healthcare, and other social services. We be done they prepare, but we very, very much concerned about some of the things that we would see. One, the high spate of violence where they happen at the country, especially in the south and the eastern parts of Sierra Leone, which we see the ruling party supporters and members, they target opposition supporters them in districts like Bo, Pujong, Kenema, Kailau, then they intimidate them, then they beat them, then they even burn their houses. Even as I speak to you just last night, we see another member of the APC when I with district PRO Bo district and burning house. We party office now Bo, they don't burn that one day. And we see plenty of members, then they not jail, now Bo, then they not jail, now Pujong, then they not jail. Now, even Waterloo, just yesterday, they arrest 26 of APC members. Then the level of division we would see at this country along tribal lines, along regional lines, not good for Salone in Goa and before, which is why when we they launch a manifesto, we call on the One Nation Manifesto, because we feel say it is important for us to bring this country together. But it is really concerning that as we get closer and closer to the elections, we they experience then kind high level of violence, perpetrated against the members of the APC, the southern and the eastern part of Sierra Leone. And what is even more disturbing now, the fact say you have certain sets of tribes were targeted and then attacks them they, and also you get people when they target their houses them, and we feel say enough fine for this nation, because the fear with some of we they get now that if in the instance where we begin for see reprisals on the other side, it will set this country in flames, and it will be very difficult maybe for low able control.
Thank you very much for this overview regarding the present political status in Salone. Yesterday we see there was a protest. The Secretary General do a call the membership of the APC and the general public Sierra Leoneans and forgo on the peaceful protests and go and express their dissatisfaction to the ECSL. We see that protest yesterday, and I want to give you an update on that protest. What are the successes waiting at the achievement of the APC yesterday?
Well, the protest being intended for be peaceful, like how you say, and it was peaceful on our side. And it be nationwide. We ask the leaders of each district or drop a letter to the ECSL. And it happened in several districts. And we also in Freetown can be able for do similar protests now Freetown, even though the Freetown one end up for become violent. Well, I'm not going to say on the part of the security forces. We clearly coming fire tear gas canisters as we supporters them at party office who were engaged in this peaceful protest. They even fire live rounds now we party office. But we to be very clear from the video footages we don't see from the CCTV cameras and even the social media cameras them where people take, we don't see footages wherein we clearly able to see say the person we particularly fire the live rounds into a building may not have been a military officer, but as somebody of a different background, we dress some way when a Honda car with them, it can't dump and tap the Honda in the full view of the military people and shoot directly at the building and then clean back and tap the Honda and move. All of their footages, then they with CCTV camera pick them up. They pick up the one way, do all the shots them. So we still don't get their footages, then they for evidences. And they now in a very safe places. And the unfortunate it end up that way, somebody even get for end up for loss in life. Democracy, a lot of things that entail in democracy. Peaceful protest is one. And like I said, the protest way the APC leadership called for now be a peaceful protest. And in all other districts, any problem, You don't hear confrontation with the police. You don't hear confrontation with the military, and are only in Freetown because, of course, the military and some sector of the security forces, they go barricade the APC office and then provoke a situation to a point that they get for fire tear gas canisters into a building. We force several people for choke, suffocate people, some
Mr.
get for
Tunis.
collapse, some we get for try and resuscitate them, for bring them come back, to normalcy. But it was really a difficult one for we. In any case, we feel say we succeed for communicate with grievances. We don't yield fruits for we. We don't able to get the information we want, and still negotiation they go on between we and ECSL as to some of the other demands that we don't make. We now very much prepared for the elections. We don't begin call on we people them all across this nation for ensure for no say elections get for happen on Saturday, and APC they fully participate in the elections. So let them go out and vote massively for the APC, and also when they vote, let them know say we are the leadership would protect them votes and days, and let them know say this election is going to be won by the APC.
Mr. Tun,
and we, them as people, and we they don't entrust the leadership in, we all for work together for ensure say we not only vote, but we protect we vote, and we also protect the voters. Then we get for go vote for we now then police stations.
Mr. Tunis, you say una don't get the information. Is it that the ECSL don't give una the data we una been they ask for?
We get the data. The data will be once we get them now.
Okay.
And we they use them very well.
Okay.
For ensure say we able to communicate with the polling agents there, we equip them.
I get to understand say again una be
ready for
like we say
the stations there.
Una petition
we get the data now and we ready for the elections.
All right. Una been do a petition at the Supreme Court for the removal of Mohamed Kone, that he not get the requisite qualification, not academic qualification, but the criteria set for somebody to be appointed now that office day you for don't resign 1 year before you could be qualified for occupy that seat day. I don't know if another hearing from the Supreme Court or what's the way forward.
No, we're not hearing it. This is not something we don't talk about for many months. Probably from the day we appoint Mr. Kone, and not.
You have 1 minute remaining.
His Excellency go for appoint go against the Constitution of Sierra Leone, because the Constitution very clear as to the appointment of commissioners of the Electoral Commission, that you get for do in consultation with the leaders of all registered political parties and not informing them. We were only informed that His Excellency the President has appointed Mr. Mohamed Kone as Chairman and Chief Electoral Commissioner.
Mr. Tunis, just give me a few.
Only informed after the nomination has already taken place.
Mr. Tunis, just give me a few seconds, like connect you on the other line. Yes, Mr. Tunis, sorry for that break. Just in continuation, as you be explained, regarding the what you encounter yesterday during the protest with the security forces. The quick one regard the security forces, because we get to understand say una not been get a clearance or approval from the Sierra Leone police for go on the peaceful protest. How true is that? Was that the reason why they?
In the first place, the Australian police invite you to meeting at 10 o'clock. Yes, unfortunately, well, I'm not going to say unfortunately, people that would already begin come out for Kana we party office. Now, first of all, understand say now we party office that one day. We get the right for assemble day. Despite the fact that the Constitution of Sierra Leone give a right for assemble anywhere. We get the right for assemble now we party office. This now election time, now political time this. We get right for assemble now we party office. We not assemble no other side as at that moment before we get we meeting with the police. Now only at the party office. So now get that one declare first. Secondly, the police invite we to a meeting na party or na the office. When we go there first, then give it 10 o'clock. Mr. go there 10, the IG was not there at 10. Later on, when we Secretary General go there for the same meeting, then go and arrest them for incitement. So they invite you to a meeting, then they go arrest somebody already. We na meeting, they invite you back for incitement. So that in itself was don't undermine with trust, because you're not going to invite you per meeting that you go begin for arrest you. So they not be ever give you chance for dialogue as how they say. They invite you for let go dialogue as to the route, who want for use, the nature where the protests get for take place and all. So that dialogue did not take place. And then our innocent people in our party office were attacked, tear gas, and some of them choke to unconsciousness. I don't think say that one they right. And I also try for understand, because every time people want for protest, I see them they quote sections of the 1965 Public Order Act. A very, very archaic act will get Masalo. Let we not forget there are provisions within the Constitution of Sierra Leone we give citizens the right for protest or assemble, and their rights and they're enshrined in the Constitution. And the Constitution is the ground for any law in Asalo. It supersedes whatever provisions did under the 1965 Public Order Act. You know, put aside constitutional provision with that of an act. I don't feel say the lawyers then go agree with that, or even the judges then go feel say the 1965 Public Order Act go supersede the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
Mr. Tunis, taking a look at, let's take you back to some declarations where we don't see so far from the APC to the SLPP. This, I think, my first voting is 1985. My first voting in this country, I think, during the time of JS Momo. To date, this present election, I see more declaration from the APC to the SLPP. Waiting wrong, because we begin check, not just say from the APC, even from the C4C, from the C4C and the APC, waiting they happen. More declaration to the SLPP instead of from the SLPP to the APC. Waiting they happen.
You get for first of all look at the declarations the way they happen. Yes, you get some names that we don't declare from the APC to SLPP. But these were also people who were in the SLPP where APC be in our opposition. But we can APC where APC can governance. So they were SLPP, then can APC, with the exception of Victor Fo or Alpha Khan. The rest of them we don't declare for SLPP. Most of them were in the SLPP before they can APC. And then when APC did not governance, and when the APC don't go back opposition, they don't go back to SLPP.
So in actual fact, you tell me say these are opportunists.
They are opportunists, of course. There is no better way to put it. I know see when APC come back na governance, then go come again, but that is one aspect of it. The other aspect is I go also tell you, say, we serve they get declarations. Ours, we are happy because ours will be more genuine, because these are people where they come to we even where we are in opposition, and these are ordinary voters, the people that we really need. Like for example, when Atopias was coming, he came with over 500 people from the NTC in Freetown alone, and we have been seeing them declaring in droves in other parts of the country, in Cambia, in Bombali, and the same for SLPP. I come from the southeast, and I will tell you that I'm so much confident with the level of declaration we they see of people where they come out from SLPP, they can't join we in opposition. And it's not in the southeast. Not for nothing make, you see SLPP don't increase the high level of violence against we people in the south and the eastern part of the country. Now the inroads where the APC don't make yanda, the number of people where they come out for support APC and we're ready for vote for APC this election. Now it make they don't increase the violence, because they want to make it impossible for them for make them vote for APC. They want to make them afraid for make them not come out for vote for APC. Then even once for make them afraid straight to a point that they no go even be bold enough for serve as polling agents for APC, so they go do anything they want for doing at the south and the
Mr.
eastern parts
Tunis,
of the
I not
country.
go.
Me are so much confidence that if the level playing field, if the security situation remain equal and people vote, SLPP will get surprises at the south and the east with a high level of votes with the APC scored.
As we round up,
get few high level people, we don't go to them. People will be done, they cry them down for some reason. They don't decide for train them.
As we round up this interview,
our own people coming.
All right.
They come up from there in numbers.
All right, Mr. Tunis.
People will not go benefit any high level office, but people will just believe say APC can do better governance for the people of this country than the SLPP.
All right, Mr. Tunis. The last one before we round up this program. I'm not going to talk to any APC person. I'm not asking this question. I want get a genuine and a candid answer from you, particularly as the publicity secretary for the All People's Congress. We see a lot of fighting being there within the APC, and I always tell me paddy them when APC people then say APC now only one thing they need, and another reconciliation and forgiving themselves, forgiving one another. I think there is a serious there has been. I don't know if I don't resolve that, but I know say there has been a lot of infighting within the APC where drag APC to the position where they were in terms of because I would say probably this upcoming election, a lot of time were wasted in courts, back in and out of courts. Well, if you look, the 9-man committee that was set up to go and investigate why the APC lost the 2018 election, a lot of recommendations were made, yes. I've been fortunate for taking a look at that report. But the recommendations that were placed in that report, I don't know if those recommendations were taken into consideration for the past period from where the SLPP can have power. I don't know if the APC been look at that report. Because as you say, there is still...
And in fact, even follow we proceed with the review and amendment of the constitution based on that report, we usher in a new and more democratic...
You have 1 minute remaining.
...and reconciliation, as they talk about, come as a result of their recommendations. And yes, we still... will suffer a lot because of that, because even some of the laws that we SLPP succeed for pass, now because the executive at some point not be the function anymore, they be don't dissolve the executive.
And what you go for say because the time don't the catch we
play more along
time don't the catch we time don't the catch we what you go get for say
we've been supposed for the lead. So all around they affect me really. A week in the party and just SLPP able for succeed, for shove a lot of the policies, the laws then like the PR, the census down the throats of the people of Sierra Leone. But what me go say now that for now we don't see a lot of unity. Of course we'll not get a 100%. Still get.
Yes, Mr. Tunis, sorry, I be try for.
It look like let me go ahead.
No, say you get for end up and send message to you people and supporters them as well. But I just get,
absolutely.
Yes, but I just get the last one regarding what you been say just about the unity within the party, which is very important if we not get for go forward because unity is strength. And as he say, a lot of issues don't they come up regarding a few individuals that want to be expelled from the party, and some of them people. Then they express them, the supporters, and they express it they were not reinstated and all that. The former vice president, Chief Sam Sumana, an issue they come up continuously most of the time within the social media and outside the social media. And some of them issues and because I remember vividly the Seri Kamad and days them, the Touré and days them. And for the party for come together, I shall say people have to forgive themselves and reconcile and go forward because some of them things they need in the drawback. And every single individual political leader, it gets a young following. There is no way somebody can just discard anybody. Everybody is important in the political party because somebody make me for understand say politics is about the membership. And the membership is something people, now that's how they tell people in the social media because every day while they listen to people in the social media, they are just fighting themselves. I see them, who are they in charge of membership, not them political party they are. Because if members and then our social media and they fet one another, how you go convince me for go join your party where all they tell you they course you they make plaba and all that thing. I think I want in una them politicians they are for able to develop una members and that any side they find themselves is about how you behave yourself, your character, the way you convince somebody for can join you. So somebody will not be vote for you, try they can vote for you today. These are some of the things were very important. The membership side of them political party Diana Salon need for be developed very strongly. So wait till you get for say concerning the reinstatement of some of the people they wanna be done expel, like Chief Sam Sumana.
In the first place, no say we get a constitution where they operate under currently.
Mm-hmm.
I know also no say we get a court order also where instruct the party for do certain things there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we the court the order we for do now for ensure say we resolve all membership issues, especially the one we get for do with constitutionality regarding people we don't expel and we don't express interest for come back to the party. When we go now with National Delegates Conference in February, the delegates then make a decision where the party don't implement. They authorize the party for readmit all whether the party be done there, whether the party be done suspend, and whether be done resign from the party, we want for come back into the party. And since then, the party did all right everybody that they have been readmitted into the party unconditionally. And one of such been Chief Sam Sumana. So they are all readmitted. They are all full-blown members of the APC, unreservedly, and we welcome them wholeheartedly back into the APC, and we want them, but no say, the doors are always open for make them participate fully as members of the All People's Congress as authorized by the National Delegates Conference under the new constitution of the APC and also the court order of Justice Adrian Fisher.
Well, what's the difference between reinstatement and readmission?
Well, I don't know which people then go you want to take as reinstatement. But as far as we are concerned, an admission is an admission. Readmission is a readmission. Constitutionality is very, very much difficult. You have to be very careful, because always you will avoid as a party also now future litigations and future lawsuits. So we want to ensure so whatever we do, whether now language or semantics or text, you have to be very careful not to go against which your constitution say or which your constitution permit, which is why we are also very careful.
All right.
Look, I want to say this. Chief Sam Sumana is one of the most prominent politicians in this country. He is highly valued, highly needed in any political party. He has huge following, and he's a leader. No party, they will not go want that kind of person there. And the APC, one time we need them, and we let them, and we look forward for making become a fully active member of the party again, so that they could join the other leaders there for lead this party into the future.
Thank you very much. And I see one quick one again for do with the PMDC. PMDC being get an alliance with the APC in 2007, where actually bring the APC into governance. And after 2007, I talked with the PMDC leader. Most questions they were asked, I refer me back to the APC. And some of them questions there. Now I see the APC and the PMDC get another alliance come this 2023, June 24 election coming. Now, PMDC, Charles Francis Maga is still a presidential candidate. The alliance where it gets with the APC is different from the alliance when the NGC gets with the SLPP. And I don't know, waiting at that kind of relationship between PMDC or Charles Francis Magai and the APC and the APC. So now that I be one for no, because I try for even ask Charles Magai. I say una close or una just too like una self. If Charles Magai joined the get an alliance with the APC in 2007 and 2003 again, then something must be wrong. That relationship is very strong. What do you get for say to that?
Well, we get very healthy political relationship with the PMDC. We look get the same interest as political parties, and that is making sure that this country continue to enjoy unity, peace, and national cohesion. We for always try for put aside, the northeast, southwest, or southeast, northwest divide, Nasalon. We for put aside the tribal divide and put the national interest of Salon first. For put sustainable development and creating opportunities for our people first. That is why we and the PMDC, they always agree when it comes to their issues and and that relationship, they don't become even stronger for this election where they go into 2023. Where they look out for mutual, respect, where they look out for mutual support between the two parties then in different areas then. Would they rely on their support and their, cooperation for the Southeast, and they rely on we for support and cooperation for the Northwest. So that way they will be able for effectively communicate with membership in the two parties, and also will get the strength for able pull the membership then do for votes. And on 3, we'll be able to protect them and also protect their votes. So that mutual, understanding between we and the PMDC as far as the alliance concerned. We know they try for swallow the PMDC like how the SLPP want for do to the NGC. For swallow them, for prevent them from participating in the elections. We want to give them the opportunity for continue to exist and participate in the elections.
This is not a very serious allegation, but we go get that from Dr. Kande Kole Yumkela tomorrow, because we get on tomorrow. He will can't defend that state. but thank you very much, Mr. Tunis. And you they listen to TBS online radio. And me and Mr. Tuboku Mexica. So this evening, I go say this evening we get Mr. Tunis, when at the publicity secretary for the All People's Congress. Mr. Tunis, quick one, do ya? Waiting at your last word to you people and your supporters and generally Sierra Leoneans. Come the 20th.
We supporters not that the APC don't get everything we want from the ECFL. We don't get the voters register, and we also don't get systems in place for ensuring we're able to tally with votes and communicate the results. They win these elections. Elections, they happen on the 24th of June, when a Saturday. And they encourage all of your supporters and with members then, and every Sierra Leonean. We feel they don't suffer these last 5 years where they look forward for change of government, for come out in the numbers and votes. Una vote and count on we for protect on our votes them. The elections, they take place. The APC, they fully participate in the elections in a very peaceful manner, and we encourage on all for come out and vote. Dr. Samora Kamara don't ask me for communicate this to all. The APC leadership don't ask me for communicate this, that the elections, they happen Saturday and we participate, and let everybody come out in their numbers for go vote. When you vote, be law abiding, be peaceful. If your house they far, but you want for ensure say you able to see it in the happen, keep your distance, don't interrupt the polls. Stand at a distance where you will able to see it in the happen. The law permits you for do that one day, but not interrupt, not fret nobody. Vote and be peaceful, a law abiding.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tunis, for where you join with this evening on We Good Governance program, Team Up for Salon, and we wish you well. We wish you success in the upcoming election. And we encourage all Sierra Leoneans for be law abiding. As when I read the publicity secretary himself of the All People's Congress Party, they encourage every Sierra Leonean for be law abiding. And we wait until we go in for the election. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Tunis, and have a nice evening.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.